Shirodhara and pizhichil are two specialized treatments that have been developed by the physicians of Kerala based on the classical Аюрведа dictates. They are specifically based on the treatment called Seka, which is the pouring of medicated fluid. Here, we are about to view a treatment session where both these treatments are done together, due to which 6 therapists work simultaneously on the patient. Shirodhara is the treatment where medicated fluid is poured on the head of the patient continuously for a period ranging from 45 to 90 minutes based on need. Pizhichil is a modified process of Kaya Seka which requires the use of a lesser quantity of oil as compared to Kaya Seka. The name pizhichil is a Malayalam word meaning to squeeze, and the process is literally the squeezing of pieces of cloth soaked in medicated oil onto the body of the patient. This therapy is normally given continuously for a minimum period of 7 to 14 days for about 60 to 90 minutes every day. Before commencing the treatment, a prayer is offered to Lord Dhanvantari, the god of healing. Then, medicated oil is first applied to the head. Here, the oil used is Ksheerabala Tailam. Then, the oil is applied to the ears and the face of the patient.
आत्रेय सुश्रुत मुनीट चरकाग्निवेश दक्षाश्विनेय सुरराट प्रमुखाश्च वैद्या.
After applying the oil, a long cotton cloth is comfortably tied around the forehead of the patient. This is tied only when Shirodhara is done, and its purpose is to prevent the flow of oil into the eyes of the patient. Next, oil is applied all over the body of the patient. The oil that is used for the body in this case is Prabhanjanam Tailam. After applying the oil, pizhichil is commenced in the sitting position. As in Abhyanga, pizhichil is also normally done in 7 positions, namely sitting, lying on the back, lying on the right side, lying on the back, lying on the left side, lying on the back, and finally again in the sitting position. However, when pizhichil and Shirodhara are done together, the treatment is done only in 3 positions, namely sitting, lying on the back, and again in the sitting position. Now, after the patient is made to lie, the therapists take their seats on either side of the patient. The body of the patient is divided into 4 parts, namely the left upper torso, the left lower limb, the right upper torso, and the right lower limb. Each therapist works specifically on the particular part of the body assigned to him. The oil is continually heated, and then the cloth is dipped in the oil and squeezed onto the body of the patient, after which the other hand moves gently, rubbing the oil into the body of the patient. The oil is again heated and the process continues. This cycle is kept going for the entire duration of the treatment.
Deva pradakshina parastava mandirasya dhanvantare sapadi jagrihi suprabhatam dhanvantare sapadi jagrihi suprabhatam. संरक्षणाय जगतः परिवर्धनाय धर्मस्य रोगहरणाय निजाश्रितानां.
In case pizhichil is being done alone, then every 10 minutes the patient changes position and the treatment is done. Around 2.5 liters of oil is used every day for this treatment. Pizhichil is useful in all types of vata disorders and particularly arthritis and paralysis. It is also good for healthy persons to undergo this treatment annually to prevent diseases and also to slow down the aging process. It can be prescribed for the patient either as a preparatory treatment for the panchakarma like vasti, or it can be done as a standalone treatment. For by itself it is extremely effective in different disorders of vata aggravation. These days pizhichil is commonly prescribed as a standalone treatment and normally has the following phases: an initial preparatory phase where abhyanga is done for 5 to 7 days, the main treatment phase where pizhichil is done for 7 to 21 days based on need, and the post-treatment recuperative phase where again abhyanga is done for an equal number of days. Thus, the average duration of treatment is around 5 weeks, and during this process the patient is advised to take total rest and also follow a very strict diet. Ideally, the patient should be admitted as an inpatient to ensure that he gets maximum benefit and also to enable the physicians to monitor his condition regularly. Doing the treatment for shorter durations without paying any attention to the restrictions can be harmful, as this is a very intensive treatment and needs to be performed with utmost care. Moving on to Shirodhara. Shirodhara is especially useful to strengthen and stabilize the body and mind, improve the perception of taste for food, improve the memory, voice, skin, eyes and sleep, nourish the shukra and rakta dhatus, increase interest in coitus and slow down the aging process. Shirodhara can be done using either medicated oil, buttermilk or medicated milk depending on the condition of the patient. Lukewarm dhara drava or medicated fluid is poured into the earthen pot which is hanging above the patient's head, and the flow of which is controlled by a bunch of thread passing through a coconut shell placed inside the earthen pot. This pot, it is continually oscillated over the forehead in a mildly circular fashion so that the dhara drava does not fall continually at any particular point on the forehead. and the patient does not feel any discomfort. Around 2 liters of dhara drava is used every day for this treatment. When Shirodhara is done alone without being accompanied by pizhichil, there will be only 3 therapists working on the patient. 2 will be involved in the Shirodhara while the third will do abhyanga on the body of the patient. Though this treatment is commonly referred to as the third eye treatment, it may be noted that the fluid does not actually fall on the third eye. Further, the dhara pot is continually rotated in a mildly circular fashion to ensure that excessive pressure is not created at any one point. For this is again a very intensive treatment which can be as strenuous as the panchakarmas and hence needs to be performed with utmost care. As mentioned for pizhichil, this treatment too is performed as both a preparatory treatment for the purificatory therapies as well as a standalone treatment. Whatever may be the case, all the diet and lifestyle restrictions are to be strictly adhered to, and the treatment too must be performed for the minimum duration prescribed to ensure that it is not only effective but also does not cause any side effects. When the prescribed duration for the treatment is over, the dhara pot is moved back slowly and the cloth piece around the head is removed and the oil wiped off from the forehead, the head and the face. Then the patient is brought back to the sitting position and the treatment continues. At the end of the treatment, the patient is given a bath as explained earlier during abhyanga. After that, the patient is taken to his room where he is asked to lie down for at least an hour, after which he can take some light food. At the end of the full course of treatment, there is a small ritual called the Pati Puja. Here, the dhara droni is first cleaned well, and then some offerings are made to the dhara droni, and coconut water, which is cooling, is poured onto it. Finally, a thanksgiving prayer is also offered.